Scrapbook time again. Well, maybe I'll read this little thing here. It's about it's Jaguars. Mark Brunell. He was a at one time he was a backup to Brett Favre. Mark Brunell, and then he went on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. He was pretty good over there. Yeah, Mark Brunell with the Jaguars. They were really good. Okay, so it says Mark Brunell walked in the room, his pace brisk, mood upbeat. Suddenly, Jacksonville's quarterback saga took on new meaning. The Jaguars aren't complaining about such an early open date now. An extra week, they reason, should give Rob Johnson time to heal his sprained left ankle. And who knows, maybe even number one quarterback Brunell could be ready when they returned to the field. Could Brunell, the former Green Bay Packers quarterback, initially feared what? Could Brunell, the former Green Bay Packers quarterback, initially feared lost for the season when he tore knee ligaments August 9th, be back in time for a Monday night game? Michels hopes to take offensive. Uh, John Michels. Packers left tackle, John Michels. I'm never going to let an opponent take me out of my game. I'm going to take my game to him and make it a long afternoon for him. What? Beebe restless? Don Beebe? Why is Don Beebe restless? Let's find out. During training camp, veteran wide receiver Don Beebe informed everyone he didn't care if he made the Packers roster. He wanted to, of course, but he didn't. But if he didn't, it wouldn't kill him. Well, I hope not. Well, Beebe made the final roster, but after being inactive for the first two games and hampered by a leg injury, he's growing a bit restless. It's tough. I've never been in this situation before, Beebe said. Any other time I was inactive, I couldn't play because I was hurt. This was the first time I felt like I could go out and contribute and help, but I wasn't able to do that. I realized I was going to have to face that at some point. In essence, Beebe's role is cheerleader unless one of the Packers' five active receivers gets injured. I'll just be the best insurance policy in the league, said Beebe, who spent Sunday's game on the sideline communicating by phone with wide receivers coach Gil Haskell up in the coaching booth. That's the way I have to approach it, and that's the way I will be. If someone goes down, there'll be no step down. I'll go in and perform just like I did last year. Oh, this is about Desmond Howard. At least this one part is. More evidence the Packers' special teams are special even without what? Even without Desmond Howard. Through 2 weeks, the Packers have started drives after kickoffs with better field position than any other team in the NFC. Their average start, the 33.2-yard line. The Packers' 0 for 4 touchdown performance inside the Eagles' 20-yard line Sunday left them tied for 20th in the league in red zone touchdown efficiency. Packers and Dallas Cowboys have each had 10 red zone opportunities, but only 3 touchdowns each. Well, that's irritating. Rutgers Morgan could stabilize reeling offense. Report. Holmgren. Mike Holmgren Likely gone after 98 season. Yeah, are his days numbered? I think I might read this one. This is kind of significant. Green Bay Packers coach Mike Holmgren won't become coach and general manager. Won't become coach and general manager of the Seattle Seahawks. What? But he did. Why does it say he won't? Green Bay Packers coach Mike Holmgren won't become coach and general manager of the Seattle Seahawks, but there are signs he may not remain with the Packers after next season, the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reported on in Saturday's editions. But he did go to Seattle. I would characterize it as not healthy, Holmgren's agent, Bob Lamont said of the events of the last few days. Just in general, I don't. It looks like there's a word missing here. It says I don't. This is. I don't. This. It's a healthy thing. Typos can be really annoying. I don't think this. It's. Oh, that does not sound right. Because it's the sentence is how it's typed is I don't this. It's a healthy thing. That does not sound right. I don't this. It's a healthy thing. I don't this. It's a healthy thing. Okay. It's been very Oh, the next sentence says it's been very confusing for him. Uh, that last sentence was very confusing. I don't this. It's a healthy thing. I don't think it's a healthy thing. Maybe that's what that's supposed to say. Okay. Holmgren left the team's facility for vacation Friday, apparently miffed at the turn of events in which he dropped out of being a prime candidate for the Seattle job, the report said. Okay. Packers officials said late Friday they still had not received a request from the Seahawks for permission to talk to Holmgren about its job opening and that the Packers had all but closed the door on allowing an interview to take place. Packers president Bob Harlan said the Journal Packers president Bob Harlan told the Journal-Sentinel that the Seahawks have had all week to contact Holmgren and that with the scouting combine and free agency coming up in the next 2 weeks, Green Bay couldn't afford to have the head coach's uncertain future hanging over its head. But Lamont indicated Seattle's sudden lack of interest doesn't conform with what Packers officials told Holmgren on Wednesday. Mike was given indications by the organization that this was going to happen, Lamont said, referring to Seattle's asking for permission to talk to him. He was led to believe that this would take place. That's why it's so confusing to Mike. There must be some confusion. I've had 500 people call me and ask why this hasn't happened. It's been very dramatic. We're talking about a 180-degree turnaround in 24 hours from what Mike was led to believe. Okay. Anthony Morgan back in uniform. Oh, here's Mike Holmgren. And then here is, I don't know how the audio was when I held that up. Here is Mike Holmgren. And here is Anthony Morgan. Maybe if I had a microphone, a lapel microphone. Putting a stop to it once waived by the Vikings, Gilbert Brown, he was pretty good. He was a big guy. Once waived by the Vikings, Brown, 93. That's not his age, that's his number, obviously. Has become an immovable force in Green Bay. Among run stuffers, Brown is king. Novelist buys Vikings. Clancy fulfills long-held dream of buying NFL team. Yeah, I don't think he's still the owner. I don't think so. And that's the guy who wrote the books that got turned into those Harrison Ford movies. Clancy. Yeah, Tom Clancy. That's his name. Here's a photo of Tom Clancy. I guess I don't really feel like reading that. It's kind of interesting because he was an author, and I guess at one time he was an owner of the Minnesota Vikings. But it's about the Minnesota Vikings, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. All right, so here's something which a devastating moment in U.S. history, which was very significant, and I felt, wow, that it was here was another one of those times where I saw some photos and articles in the newspaper, and I thought, wow, this was a very significant moment in history. I should hang on to the newspaper articles and the photos and the newspaper from this devastating event in U.S. history. Here it is. It was a very shocking time, very horrible time. Terror in America. And then here's a photo. Um, okay. Oh, well, okay. Well, I got a story I want to tell, but maybe I'll start that story with the next video. So I'll show some photos here and read read a little bit. Okay. Um, okay. So there's a few photos on here. Lines form amid gas price rumors. Yeah, I remember that. Um, the Manhattan skyline, September 11th, 2001. The Manhattan skyline, June 18th, 1974. So it's showing two photographs showing the before and after, basically. Here's a quote by President Bush. Freedom itself was attacked this morning, and I assure you, freedom will be defended. Okay, so here's the photos.